Happy Friday, friends. Welcome to my weekly vlog. My name is Andrea and I am the founder here of Sewspire.com. I pop in Fridays at noon to share a little inspiration with you. And my goal for these weekly vlogs really is to inspire you to create. And today I am here to share 3 gratitudes as well as 3 rules that I have surrounding this concept of creativity. Before we begin, I'd love to know what is in your mug. I have a hot, steamy cup of black coffee here because I am very much still burning off all of those awesome calories we took in yesterday. I hope that your Thanksgiving was filled with light, love, and laughter. And I would like to offer you my sincere, heartfelt thanks for being a part of this Sewspire community. You mean more to me than words can ever express. And I am so grateful for each and every one of you. So thank you very much for being here with me today, as well as the days to come. I appreciate you. So, my very first gratitude surrounding creativity is I want you to just step into this with me and really celebrate and recognize how lucky and fortunate we are to be able to take something that's flat and serving no purpose and turn it into something that has function and even more beauty. And beyond that, it brings joy to other people's lives. That's my first gratitude surrounding creativity. Sometimes I look at the things that I make. This camera bag here is no exception, or even the journey bag, which we created together. And I step back, and it's only just for a fleeting moment, and I look at that project, those projects, and I'm like, wow, I cannot believe I made that. Does that ever happen to you? It's amazing to me. It really is. And I'm so grateful that I get to live this life that involves that fabric and that sewing machine and this beautiful community. So that's my first gratitude. Then I'm going to stagger these gratitude and rules. My first rule of creativity is when I'm working with someone who is new to sewing, my number one rule is I'm committed to guaranteeing their success. We will not stop until they are proud, until they get a taste of what I just tried to express to you. That immense satisfaction layered with absolute disbelief. I made this. Wow. And then I just jump right in with them and celebrate. You made this. You did. Because I don't try to, especially when we're working in person, I don't ever do things for them. Right? Like I don't pick up their project and finish it for them. I stay with them and go step by step by step until they finish. That's a little harder to do in the videos, but I really do strive to break it down and help you avoid those mistakes and frustrations that might stop you in your tracks. And that's why I speak a little slower and I cover each step of the project, and why I share the mistakes that I make. And the City Slicker is a perfect example of that. I had so many mistakes with that bag, and I tried to share those with you so that when you sit down to make your City Slicker too, you can avoid those mistakes And that is my attempt to guarantee your success. And I hope that you find that to be true with my tutorials, that you're satisfied at the end with your finished make, and that it does go on to bring perhaps yourself added function and joy and light and love to the people that you have in your life, that you sell your finished projects to, or that you gift them to, right? And our projects will probably outlive us. They'll still be roaming around this planet after we're long gone. So who knows how infinite that joy might be. So rule number 1 is to guarantee my students' success. Okay, gratitude number 2 for me is I am in awe of the technology and the resources and the information that we have at our fingertips. I am especially grateful for YouTube. That really is my go-to source for information. When I began sewing, YouTube tutorials weren't even a thing. I just had to learn through trial and error. So I am really grateful that if I have an inkling to understand more about a certain technique or a subject, I can go straight to YouTube and find dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, of experts sharing their knowledge on that very topic. So gratitude number 2 is to live in this age where we have technology and we have platforms like YouTube. Of course, a perk of having a platform like YouTube is I get to have a channel on YouTube and I get to share my experiences with you all, and in turn I get to partake in this beautiful community, which again, just let me pause to tell you how incredibly grateful I am for each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for making this community what it is. I am forever in debt to you. Rule number 2, and I love this one, and I try and reinforce it over and over and over again in my master class. Every mistake is a design opportunity. Every single one. There are no fatal mistakes in sewing. None. I always ask myself, how can I work with this? Let's say I put a hole in the wrong spot, or I rip something, or I attach something to the wrong panel. There's lots of things that go wrong when we're sewing. And I always ask myself, how can I turn this into a positive? And so I just keep going. Again, the city slicker is a great example of that. I punched a hole, installed a rivet. The rivet went in wrong. It was all crooked and wonky, and I didn't like how it looked. And I converted it into a key fob embellishment holder, which I'll show you all on Tuesday. And I actually really love the look. So if I had not been put in the position where I had to solve that dilemma, I wouldn't have ended up with this additional accessory on my city slicker too. So when you are faced with a sewing challenge or a dilemma, just pause and ask yourself, how can I work with this? And be open to the possibilities that this is an opportunity, not a mistake. And gratitude number 3 is the ability to now, having sewed for, I really started sewing seriously in 2006. So I actually had a desire to sew for more than a decade, and I never entertained it. And when I actually purchased my first sewing machine, the projects that I made were just so bad. They really, really were. They were just absolutely imperfect, and laughable. Truly, I would finish them and then we would laugh at how bad they were. But for whatever reason, I never gave up on that desire to learn to sew, and I continued upgrading my equipment and my materials and my skills. And what happened is, after I crossed over a certain threshold there with my sewing, then the focus kind of turned to how I learn, and that's when a whole new world opened up to me, the world of design. And that was a total game changer for me. That really is the reason that Sewspire.com even exists, because I found so much joy and wonder and magic in that space of design. And that is gratitude number 3, that I took the time to figure out how it is that I learn so that I could expand into the world of design, and then in turn share that experience with you all. So that brings us to rule number 3. And this is tried and true for many, many years. If you do find yourself in a predicament that you are really unsure of how to proceed, speaking sewing wise here, although I suspect it would work for other problems, sleep on it. Sleep on it and be ready for the solution in the morning. Sometimes when I'm working on a difficult project or a design, or I have an idea, right, of something that I'd like to make or somebody has asked me to make, but I'm not sure how to put that together, I will build the bag as far as I can, or the project as far as I can in my mind before I go to sleep. And then while I'm sleeping, I let the rest unfold, and like 9 times out of 10, I'll wake up the next day, have that big aha moment, and I'll know how to proceed. So that's rule number 3. If you're unsure, sleep on the solution. So before we say goodbye today, I want to announce our 6 winners. Up until this week, I've been giving away your choice of 6 of my PDF patterns to 6 lucky Sewspire winners, and this is in celebration of 6 years of Sewspire, which we marked in mid-October of 2021. But I currently have an amazing Black Friday offer in circulation, where I have assembled 21 all-star Sewspire sewing projects, and these projects are bundled into one convenient PDF, which I have created a table of contents for, and then hyperlinked to the video or playlist which accompanies the very concise written instructions. So inside of this bundle, you will find the pattern measurements, material requirements, and then step-by-step, super concise written instructions to go with 21 of my original designs, which most of them, with the exception of 2, I have a video tutorial for, and those 2 we will be pursuing in 2022, one of which is the lifestyle tote. We're going to revisit that in February of 2022. So all that being said, if you are one of the 6 lucky winners this week, you can choose either 6 individual PDFs of your choice. I'll link to my Etsy pattern shop down in the notes, or you can choose the bundle, which will get you 21 Sewspire projects. So that's a really fabulous offer that I have. If you would like to purchase your copy, I'll put the link down in the notes for you as well. So I don't want to say this is the last chance you can get it, because I'll probably keep it in the store just at a much more reasonable price. But this is the last chance that you can ever get it for this crazy low price. And then you will have to wait until Black Friday 2022 for the next amazing Sewspire bundle. So if you'd like to snatch that up, go ahead and click the link down in the notes and get your copy today. It's available by instant download. Just make a note of the email address that you check out with, because that's the email address that they're going to email you the link to get your download. If you have any problems at all, just contact me via email, sewinginspiration@gmail.com, and I will help you just as soon as I see your message. All right? So for today's Lucky 6 winners, you're going to need to send me a Facebook message so I know you are you, and let me know if you want the 21 project bundle or which 6 individual PDFs you want, and I will deliver those to the email address, which you'll also need to include in the message. So let me look and see who our lucky winners are today. I draw these winners from the Facebook private group page, and I just go in random, pick out 6 people. So if you would like a chance to win, I'm going to be giving away these 6-pack of tutorials through the end of the year to 6 lucky people each Friday. If you would like a chance to win, you need to be a member of that group page. The link to that is also in the notes. Just make sure you answer all the questions and you'll be auto admitted into that group. So this week's winners are Cindy Hoffman, Pat Little, Palinkas Vera, Sarah McCarthy, Mary Linth, and Janetta Cox. Congratulations to you. I shall be looking forward to receiving your Facebook message, and I can hardly wait to see if you want the 21 project bundle or the 6 individual PDFs. So I want to thank you all again for joining me today. I'm looking forward to December here at Sewspire. We're going to be making holiday gifts. I'd like to invite you to join me on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to price out the City Slicker tote. And then in December, we are moving on to handmade gifts. For the whole month, we're going to be sewing handmade gifts that you can give to friends, family, and yourself. So until then, as always, please know the creative genius in me will be celebrating the creative genius in you. I hope you all have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you for joining me.